What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And today we are seeing some action, which is quite intriguing. I think last week we got a lot of clarification from Powell from the meeting notes. Yes, we do have Jackson Hole at the end of the week, but what it seems like is things are leaning more towards the fact that we've already kind of seen what to expect over the last week in the meeting minute notes and a lot of the Fed members coming out and talking about tapering and what that exactly means. It doesn't mean rate raises, but it means the slowing down of purchasing assets. Being said, I think the market is starting to digest that. I think the market is starting to make moves now because of that. And going into Jackson Hole, do I believe there'll still be volatility? Yes, towards the end of the week, I still believe there'll be volatility. I think tomorrow, the only real thing we have new home sales tomorrow. We've got durable goods and non-defense capital good order on Wednesday. But I think, again, towards the end of the week, we have the CPI data, core CPE data on Friday. We also have Powell on Friday. He'll be talking on Friday during Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole is virtual too, so something to keep in mind. So it kind of leads you to, kind of gives you leeway on what exactly the Fed are thinking. That they believe they're virtual for this event, which it's typically in person. So they are believing that. Again, rate raises aren't something that's going to be near term. Again, we'll get clarification and validation on towards the end of the week for that. But it's looking to be a great week. We're starting to see movement, and that's one of the biggest things. Again, this is Monday. We saw a fantastic Monday. There was a lot of things that rocketed today. We hit all-time highs on SPY. QQQs, I believe, was all-time high. If not, we definitely, we hit all-time highs today. So we are rocking and rolling on everything. And at this point, going in towards the end of the year, a lot of people, I think, are going to be purchasing stocks rolling into the holiday season. Something I've talked about. I've talked about some kind of pullback, but again, there's no real news to pullback. Everything is, I think, pretty much cleared up. That doesn't mean that something can come out and shock the markets. You do always have to manage risk. But I do believe as long as you are staying with the industry leaders, and that's why I preach about a lot on this channel, is stay with industry leaders, especially in the market that's going on right now. Even though some mid caps today ran, I was in a couple of them. I was in Airbnb, and I was in Palantir today as well. Captured those pops out the gate. I did miss Tesla. A lot of the big tech was in really bad spots this morning. I'm not going to lie. On the daily, they look like garbage. But being said, with a pop today, we get a small bit of pullback. I don't have a watch list today because I'm looking for a small pullback tomorrow. And then FANG is set up perfectly. Your Teslas, your Facebooks, your Apples, your Googles, Square, right? All these are set up very nicely tomorrow if we get a pullback. And it's that we don't even need much of a pullback. And that's something to keep in mind is Bitcoin is running. Bitcoin broke 50K today. We are, yes, cooling off a little bit, but I think that's just a sign for Bitcoin to continue on its bull run. If that's the case, there's just a lot of money ready to go. The dollar was selling off today. Gold was pushing today. I'm trying to see what else. Tesla had a massive run this morning, right? I am looking for the daily support at this 694 mark. If we can retest that, if we don't gap up tonight, it looks like it wants to keep going. I was looking for more of a pullback, which we might not get tomorrow. We'll definitely have to see how that plays out. If there's a pullback on Tesla, I'm looking at that. Facebook started doing some selling. Facebook, I'm looking at the 362 mark. Nice pullback there to the daily support. I think would be fantastic. Definitely want to keep it on watch tomorrow. Apple needs a little bit more of a pullback in itself, but on the daily, it is back over. A lot of these are back over the middle Bollinger Band and in good position. Looking for the retest of that middle Bollinger Band would be fantastic. Google had a massive day today. I didn't play any of the big FANG stocks. I did capture Roblox on its range, and I did capture a little bit of Shop as well today. And it's also Amazon. Amazon is looks like it's going to be back in play. As far as Google goes, I'm looking for a 2776 entry right here. Looking for a pullback to the middle Bollinger Band for a bounce. I think that would get a nice bounce over there. Square, looking for essentially that 267 mark. Roblox has still been pretty strong. I was on CNBC today, so I did capture this pop here today. Played range. See if this actually breaks out of this range here tomorrow. A strong possibility. If so, I could see that starting to run too. Snap is something I've been watching out, waiting for a little bit deeper of a pullback. We haven't had much of a pullback. They've been very slight. Amazon was looking strong. I mean, if Amazon can break back over this 32.92 mark, back over the 200, I think Amazon can start pushing back up as well. Shop, it's good to see Shop is actually pushing up overnight too. But if it could really get back over this 14.98.99 mark, that would be fantastic. I think you start seeing some more movement on Shop as well. Palantir, Planter, I definitely like this. It's been playing this range. I wanted to break out of this today. I actually captured this pretty nicely today. Captured that first candle, and after that, it kind of went sideways. So I want to see what it does tomorrow. Microsoft, it tried today, but it's been doing some sideways action. I did have two nice running days. Sideways, it's kind of letting everything else catch up. But those are what I'm pretty much watching. Yeah, there might be some other ones. Coin was one I was kind of watching because of the run with Bitcoin, but it did pull back a little bit today. I didn't take any entries in Coin. If it does decide to run, it might be easier to buy dips in power hour for Coin and swing overnights. Again, not financial advice, but it might be a pattern to look for, or something I want to start looking for myself. Airbnb, I liked the breakout here. That's why I took this today. Might actually continue up. If it does break back above this 148 mark, I'll look to try to ride this out a little bit more. One thing I don't like about Airbnb is it plays these ranges. It's not really breaking out, so I wouldn't expect a lot of big moves out of this. I try to grab bottoms on these tight ranges like this. It's the same thing I did with Roblox as well. But ultimately, I think the bigger moves are going to be in your big tech for the foreseeable future. Going into holidays, they're definitely going to make up, I think, for some lost time. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, not financial advice. Again, something else can come out as well and tank the market. But everything, EA looked like it was trying to come back today. It's starting to climb back. So value looks like it's still has some strength, which is good. We don't want just tech running. The banks are holding pretty well, which is also something we want to see. We don't want to just see tech run, because if just tech runs, that is going to be an issue in the future for us. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got. There's there's going to be some of your other small caps. If you're more in the small caps, I would suggest more Facebook and Apple are more affordable compared to some of the stuff I play. Roblox is also a good one to snag. A lot of the ones I've been playing, I actually made a list strictly dedicated to my core ones that I'm following over the next couple. Actually, BYND is something I've been interested in too. It's been floating around this 116 mark. I didn't capture it today because I was messing with some other stuff. But it's been holding this floor, this 116 mark pretty well. It is starting to push back up, but I want to see where this goes. The chips I've been doing, they look like they're getting some strength today. NVIDIA is something else I want to add here. NVIDIA has actually had a lot of strength over the past couple of days. Today it had a big move as well. Look for continuation on NVIDIA tomorrow as well. Ultimately, you want to go where the volume is. Because a lot of these do not have volume. You're going to be sitting and chopping and getting frustrated. So my primary list is where, I mean, there's a lot of FANG in here, but this is where a lot of the volume has been. These are a lot of my favorite stocks, and so these are what I'm watching going into the new year, and seeing again where we go. Again, if we don't, I don't see us crashing between now and then. A correction every time we try to sell, it's been picked up. So I'm pretty much going day to day. I want to see what is happening with the market and then make moves from that point. Thinking beyond that, I think is going to frustrate you. I've been thinking that way for the past couple of weeks about a sell off, a sell off, a sell off. A correction is needed, a correction is needed, and then we keep every time we sell off, we hit all-time highs. Well, some of the corrections have been pretty big. Like I said, we had a 300-point day not too long ago. So that's interesting to see. Is that I think all of inflation concerns and stuff like that aren't going to go away, but I think the market's becoming more at peace with what Powell is saying and understanding what the Fed's actually trying to do. So that's something to keep in mind. But as long as you're managing risk, protecting capital, that's what matters. So again, if you've made it this far, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.